At this time, everybody, would you please stand if able and remove your hats if the wing hasn't already. For the singing of our national anthem, and today we are blessed from Lasher and the Flashers Band. From Jersey Blues, the basketball alum from Monmouth University, Sharon Pipes Lasher.
Thank you, and please everyone join me in singing our national anthem. Oh, say.
Your summer has officially begun. The Progressive AVP League is back. All the stars, all the excitement, everything you love about the season. Big blocks, championship moments. For the next 3 months, we'll visit America's most iconic beaches and enjoy the world's best beach volleyball. So pick your team, pull up a chair. The Progressive AVP League on the CW is your summer destination. Year 3 of the Progressive AVP League finds us at Belmar Beach. More than a mile of beautiful coastline to enjoy as the summer season gets underway. Means beautiful sea in Italian, adopted in 1889, and it is our home for today and tomorrow. We start out with the women. Los Angeles taking on San Diego here as we kick off what should be a wonderful campaign all the way to Labor Day. Hi, everybody. The veterans are back. Kevin Barnett alongside Olympic gold medalist Rich Lamborn. Rich, we're in week 1. We're starting a new season. What's unique about that for the athletes?
Well, everyone's trying to put their best foot forward, right? And that becomes element management. How do you manage not only the elements out on the court, but your travel schedules, your nerves out on the court, everything that goes in. Whoever manages those the best is going to come out on top more often than not.
New stops, new players, new partnerships, all kinds of things happening here in year number 3. We have 8 teams per side, 16 in total, 8 men's, 8 women's. They're going to compete across 8 regular season stops and then a 9th in Chicago. We'll find ourselves in some iconic places. Aspen next week. You're looking at Vegas there. Of course, back to New York City. That was a premium event last year. And last year, the winner of the AVP League Cup, that is the team competition where it is men's and women's results together, was Palm Beach. Success for Phil Dahlhauser and Trevor Crabb, both in that competition as well as individually.
Indeed, yeah, we thought it was going to be the final season for Phil Dahlhauser, but like in Game of Thrones, how there was a long winter, Phil Dahlhauser seems to be having a long summer.
You play those 8 stops. If you're in the top 6, you go to Chicago and try and win the title as Brooklyn did on the women's side. Denneberg and Donlin were our champions last season. Our crowd has checked in. We'll talk about the conditions here. Of course, unpredictable as spring fades to summer here on the East Coast, but the fans are excited to see the AVP League join their beach. First up, let's take a look at the LA launch on the women's side. We have a new pairing here. They were dominant in the 3rd qualifier to get into this year's competition.
Yeah, didn't drop a set. It was exciting. It was a must-win situation for them. They're new to the AVP, and so they came out guns blazing and earned their way in, like you said, very, very exciting fashion.
Maddie Anderson and Alaina Chacon. We start with Chacon on the left-hand side there, the defender. Scrappy, feisty, and fiery are all good words in the world of volleyball. Tenacious defender who should be in transition quite a bit. And Mark Sherman, as usual, is getting our players started. Coming out of the players box to her right is Maddie Anderson, a blocker. Both played at Florida State, but did not overlap a ton. Had a couple of seasons, a couple of matches together. This is more or less a new partnership as Alaina takes the sand.
Yeah, they've found some good synchronicity, whether it's coming up through that same tutelage of great AVP legends Brooke and Mick Lucena. They have certainly gelled and continue to do so.
Her partner, Maddie Anderson, the all-time wins leader at Florida State, 122 match victories, just 24 years old, 6'1" Florida native, who now will be traveling the country as she has traveled the world with her mom in what has been a volleyball existence from the beginning. Speaking of volleyball existence, Geena Urango 1 in 24 with the San Diego Smash. Here she adds a new partner this year in Megan Rice.
Yeah, absolutely. The reigning two-time MVP, trying to make it a trifecta this year, and she's got the ever-explosive Megan Rice on her side to help her along the way.
They found a lot of success at the end of last season. They actually finished 5th in the Manhattan Beach Open Heritage event in 2025 and won the Continental Cup later in the year. So there's a lot of positivity with this partnership and feeling they can be a factor. Megan Rice will take the sand first on the right-hand side, now 32 years old, a dynamic presence.
Yeah, when you have prodigious athleticism on your side, anything is possible, and you're certainly going to see some very, very impressive things along those lines from Megan today.
To play alongside the veteran, the back-to-back MVP, as Rich mentioned, Geena Urango. Now, Los Alamitos, now 36 years old, was there at the dawn of collegiate volleyball. Now has to play against players out of collegiate volleyball. Let's hear her take on Los Angeles.
Yeah, LA's a great team. They played together a lot in college, so they've got some synergy there. And they've had some success on the World Tour as well. But, you know, everyone's good, and so we just got to take it on and focus on our side of the net and go from there.
First scholarship athlete for USC at the nascent portion of that dominant powerhouse in the world of what was sand volleyball, they called it at that time, collegiately, now beach volleyball. Geena Urango facing what is the future right there with an ace on the good side here. The wind is going to be a big story.
That's a great start for Geena into the wind. Great start for you with the vocab Mason already coming out of your mouth, Kevin. I love it.
This is an unnatural volleyball movement right there.
Indeed it is. Yeah, you can see just how hard the wind's blowing and how much that affects that serve.
Same effect, same result, back-to-back aces to open. So the teams are going to switch sides on every 5 points because of the wind.
Yeah, that's an unusual but a great adjustment to the rules. Keep the competition fair.
This time LA is under it. Anderson on the attack. Urango underneath it. And this should be a test of all the little off skills if you have them. Push, good idea, just missed by Megan Rice.
Yeah, that was the correct idea indeed. I think anytime you can kind of shorten points in these types of conditions, it works in your favor. And the sand was open back there. She just couldn't quite traverse the net.
She's going back to serve out of Crown Point, Indiana, not typically a hotbed. Coming from what is a volleyball family now, all three sisters playing volleyball. Chacon visited a number of schools before choosing her path to Florida State. As the 2023 Rookie of the Year serves it up. There's that standing attack. And a kill right away, first ball side out. Let's go down to Cameron Irwin as we switch sides.
Kevin, Rich, you guys have already been talking about the wind. Well, it is really interesting. 25-mile-an-hour winds with gusts up to 35 miles per hour. I caught up with Megan Rice and Geena Urango just in terms of how they plan to manage that. You already saw a couple of the tough serves from Geena Urango. She does plan on using that hybrid serve. We've seen just how demonstrative she can be with her serve. And then Megan Rice on the other side, she actually might use a standing topspin, trying to drive that ball through this wind. But really, it's going to come down to who can better manage the ball control needed to play in these conditions. Guys?
Thanks, Cameron. Yeah, managing the ball control there of the LA launch.
Well, yeah, and that was, Cam told us about the standing spin of MJ Rice. Alaina going with the standing attack for the winner.
3-3 in this race to 15. Quick sets here in Progressive AVP League play. Deep float and more trouble. The good side rearing its head.
Yeah, our great friend Hugh McCutcheon used to say there's lots of ways to skin a cat. You don't have to hit the powerful jump serve from the good side. The standing deep float will work just as well, as Maddie is showing us here.
Yeah, I want to know who came up with that and what kind of sick individual is skinning cats. Deep float. Down Down the middle, another ace. Service game is standing out right away.
Yeah, sometimes I think those serves into the wind are more difficult because they're in the air longer. They dance. They have more opportunity to dance around.
That thing just stayed up.
Yeah, it just kind of finds pockets and floats around. It's incredibly difficult to track, as we're seeing.
Talking to a few of the players who were warming up earlier, Evan Corey and Derek Bradford, they said the problem right now is it's inconsistent, the wind as well. It'll pick up and gust, and then it'll go away. Now there is something more powerful than the wind, Megan Rice.
It is impressive how these athletes can find excellent looking volleyball plays even in difficult conditions.
Bump set, up tight to the net. Chacon under it. That will be a non-driven ball and a lift called, so it'll be point LA. Let's hear from Alaina Chacon on the opportunity to play against San Diego here in their first match of league play.
We play San Diego Smash. There's an extremely well-known defender, Geena Urango, veteran on tour, and Megan Rice, who's a little bit younger and is a very dynamic offensive player. So we know it's going to be a great game. We know we're going to have to play our best, and we're excited to play them.
Yeah, Alaina out of Florida State had an exceptional run there. Played with her sister last year as that ball wavers in the air. That one was driven. Better dig from Rice. Nobody up. Emphasis on the pulling right now. Rich, what is the effect on the set, and then how does a hitter adjust to this much wind?
Well, it becomes paramount that you stay behind the ball, right? You've got to give yourself room to adjust. The setter's got to be constantly doing some geometric equation in their head of where to set the ball and hopefully have it blow into the proper position. That's 6-1. Yeah, I think LA, there you go. An ace from the bad side. Kev, that is huge, and that's a 7-1 run they've gone on now.
Yeah, 7-1 is certainly a dominant way to begin your progressive AVP league careers. Timeout has been called by San Diego.
Yeah, I think in these types of conditions where there's such a clear difference between good side and bad side.
That's the south side? All right, south side is the good side. So if you get an ace
you
from
can
the north side, you're feeling really good.
Manage to stay at kind of that 3-2 range
Sean,
from the bad side, that's kind of a victory. And then what Alaina and Maddie are doing right now is winning on the bad side as well, so that's even better.
You're enjoying volleyball now. Well, tomorrow on CW, grab the family and get ready because Banana Ball is coming in hot. Watch as the Savannah Bananas face off against the Indianapolis Clowns live from Kauffman Stadium in Kansas City, Missouri. Don't miss the party tomorrow, 3:30 Eastern, 12:30 p.m. Pacific, right here on the CW. I always thought guys from Indianapolis were clowns, but don't tell Mark Sherman, who resides in Indianapolis these days. Savannah Bananas quite the phenomenon, as perhaps the LA launch are here up early. Kevin Barnett alongside Olympic gold medalist Rich Lamborn. We have former collegiate standout Cameron Irwin on the sand. And the service has played a key role here early in our first match of the day. Low one there. Dug up by Urango. Little slide move, and that'll find the sideline. In fact, Rich, 5 out of the 12 total points to that last play were aces.
That is how much the wind is a factor. And again, Alaina and Maddie coming up with an ace from the bad side. It almost feels like it's worth 2 points.
There's that standing topspin Cameron talked about, and it's successful. Let's check in. Cam.
Well, I got a chance to listen into San Diego Smash during that timeout. One of the conversations was talking about playing below the ceiling, meaning the height of the antenna. And you already see that a couple rallies just in this last moment from San Diego, really focusing on that ball management, as there's the big block from Megan Rice. But again, watch for the low contact from each of these 4 athletes.
Couple of all-important points after giving up that big run here for San Diego. They will transition over to the left-hand side of the court for this huge stuff.
Yeah, that's a great move laterally there. Megan kind of showing that the line was available and taking it away at the last minute.
Right side has 10 of the 15 points. That's where LA is right now, coming at the net. Chacon. Nobody on. Finds open sand.
Yeah, that's an interesting strategy to try and pull from the bad side. I would doubt that that continues a lot at the top. Kev, we talked about element management being critical to getting off to a good start in the league. Frustration management huge in this type of kind of blustery condition.
Maddie Anderson back to serve. Nearly left volleyball a couple of times. Found the love and came back. Now embarking on a pro career. At the net there. Cannot get a hold of Rice. As Megan J. Rice collects yet another kill. She had some offensive explosions last year. Hit 422 overall with some flashes of brilliance throughout.
Yeah, you can see why. All the pieces are certainly there.
That one tight. Poked over the top. Just as the wind picked up.
Yeah, I mean, that thing got absolutely killed by the wind. Maddie does a nice job to work it up over the block. We'll see it here, and then it just nosedives to the sand before Geena even has a chance.
So on the good side, wind going heavy right now. That 35-mile-an-hour gust Cameron mentioned right in the face of Chacon. That ball drops underneath, and it's another ace. 6th combined between the two teams here in set number 1.
Yeah, float serves are difficult enough, especially if conditions are steady. When you get the wind like this, they become all the more brutal.
That's a 2-time MVP taking the ace there. Rice ran that one down, put a little spin on it. Turn in transition. LA with another point, up to 12-8. They're 3 away from winning their first set ever in Progressive AVP League play.
Yeah, fantastic pole dig. We just missed it there on the replay, but there's the put away.
Interestingly, it's San Diego with Coach Angela Benson, who focused on differential learning at the beginning of practices, all the weird little plays that you have to be good at when conditions are non-ideal. The sun peeks out here. Left hand from Urango.
You like it. And there's kind of a glimpse of what Cameron was telling us about playing below the ceiling. Those bump sets staying low so they don't have time to get affected too drastically by the elements.
Well, I hope you caught it here. This is a right-handed attacker with the left-handed kill, looking smooth. Geena Urango.
That's how you end up a 2-time MVP, Kevin.
A dart from the line, standing. Rice gets a hold of another one. Just pushed over. Net violation? Yes. What looked like an LA launch point will be a San Diego score.
She did the prudent thing and tried to celebrate her way through it. A little deception, but our referee's not fooled.
All right, well, they're going to need all the points they can get here on this side. San Diego trying to hang on. LA 2 away. Remember, we played a 15. Win by 2. A lot of space behind the youngsters here from LA. Pull from Rice. One-handed dig going towards her partner. Got just a paintbrush on it. And the return has a little more heat from Chacon.
That was excellent control there from Chacon and Anderson. Yeah, all of the players starting to make that adjustment in serve receive that you mentioned, taking a step up in the court on the bad side.
Working on Rice. She'll cut it, and that looked more like a traditional play there.
Big play coming here. Geena Urango at the line, a side out, and Maddie and Alaina will come to the good side with set point.
So 13-11, got to make a move here.
Not yet, says Geena Urango.
And that'll be an ace. Hugely consequential, the side switches here. 13-12. Within 1 is San Diego, but they're going to go to the side that's had less success.
Yeah, it's going to be tough. LA still in front and on the good side, but this is a tremendous serve from Geena to notice and go up and over the top.
Yeah, a little bit deeper position now from LA in the other direction. Gusting. Touch from her partner, but Geena having trouble tracking it. That thing was moving towards her and then away.
Well, it had spin off the top of the fingers of Rice, right? And so that just helped it dive to the sand before Geena can make the adjustment.
Set point for launch. Had 7 aces and just 1 error in this entire first set. Good side here for LA. Wind picking up and putting that one in the net. That was the strongest wind we've seen so far.
Yeah, kind of gusted right as Chacon tossed that ball. She did well just to contact it, I think.
So remember, you got to win by 2 here in progressive AVP League play. Rice. Drops it out, and that'll do it. LA launch took 2 points to win by 2, 15-13. They found success in their first opportunity on the sand.
Yeah, they absolutely did. I think they managed the conditions extremely well, managed to win a bad side round, so to speak, early on. And that was kind of the key to their victory there in the first set, I think, Kevin.
Yeah, 7-1 run certainly helps in the middle of any volleyball set or match. You'll take that. Now, maybe you want to take a trip this summer. You might want to take a trip with us. We're here in Belmar, beautiful New Jersey, for stop number 1. We'll be here today and tomorrow if you're close by and have an opportunity to come out and join us. Next week, we're going to find ourselves in the mountains of Colorado. Beautiful Aspen, June 6 and 7, with some high altitude training, Rich. And we'll head down to Miami. Should be a nice return to the summer that is always present in that. Between before we end up in LA, Port of Long Beach is going to be our home on July 11th and 12th. That's a nice view of the aquarium and the downtown area. And then we return to Central Park, which was my favorite event last year. The Central Park and EHP events are back-to-back. Those are 2 of my favorites. We'll be in East Hampton, New York. Again, a little boutique, an opportunity for you to enjoy some of the East Coast summer. I know you love Texas, Rich. We're going to go have some barbecue in Dallas again. I
do. Dallas is a beautiful, beautiful city. Happy to be going back there.
That'll conclude our regular season. Chicago will be the championship September 5th and 6th. It's the Adler Planetarium as well as the Shed Aquarium in the background. Will be right along the coastline there at Oak Street Beach. Will the LA launch be part of the top 6? And will they play? If they play like this, they might.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, great hitting numbers, all things considered, for both teams. Those 7 digs, a pretty big factor in these conditions as well for LA, putting them over the top there in the first set.
And a couple of really nice transition plays off of those digs as well, in spite of the win.
I believe you to be correct there, Kevin.
All right, 20-8 in total points by side. So if you're looking at the court, right-hand side, left-hand side, the right side is definitely the better of the 2. So give me a prescription here, Dr. Lamborn, for San Diego. How can they affect LA differently here in set number 2?
Yeah, I mean, we heard Geena talk about it when she was talking about playing LA. They were focused on their side largely. I think that prescription remains for them. They just made a few kind of uncharacteristic mistakes on their side. If they can clean those things up, I think they're right there. They made a nice comeback to kind of put some pressure on LA late in that first set, and so they just have to be steady from the jump.
All right, right side, 20 points scored where LA is currently located in the white. And that first pass pulls way off the net. Chacon deals with it anyway.
Yeah, that's what we talked about, kind of staying behind the ball. Even if the pass stays off the net and the set stays off the net, you know you have the wind to help you as you go up and attack it.
6 aces on this side. Just 1 error came from Chacon into the face of a gale. This time she puts a little backspin on it. That thing floats up and out. Let's check in with Cameron, who's courtside.
Well, you asked Rich what his prescription was, and you were right on the money. There was conversation just in terms about where are we standing for our serve receive, specifically from the north to the south side. For the ladies on the LA launch, they actually talked about they feel good about their positioning against Megan Rice's serve, as you see the good pass there in the transition out. However, they do want to step up a bit more for Geena Urango on this extended rally, guys.
Geena pushing that one over. Chacon throws another one down, and the wind defeats her there.
You can tune into the CW to see the Savannah Bananas later. We're getting our volleyball version of it maybe a little bit here.
Indeed. Man, there was a lot of good off-ball action here.
And some sprawling digs from Chacon. Just barely keeping that one alive, and then Geena kind of accidentally sending it over.
Okay. Give it up for these athletes.
Everybody was dying to be outside after last year. Well, welcome to it, kids. The forecast says that the wind should be perhaps strongest now and taper off later in the day. 4 matches scheduled. We'll see how that plays out. Well, the men next. LA taking on San Diego. As that ball just skips over and rides up the platform of Rice. Chacon around that one to save it. Rice, can she get a swing? That was a near sky ball return. Chacon is anticipating everything.
He's everywhere right now. That is huge and a much needed point for LA. They were scrambling literally and figuratively there a little bit.
Alaina Chacon, the pride of Crown Point, Indiana, scrambling. Brooke Niles, her coach at FSU, said she brings the energy. And here, that energy has been into reading her opponent. What is she seeing that's allowing her to run down all these odd shots?
Yeah, I think it's just the anticipation. You know, I mean, you kind of have a sense the way the wind's blowing, players want to hit into it. They use it to their advantage, and she's just doing a great job of anticipating those things from San Diego.
3-2, LA with a slight lead. Oh, and that ball just long, very close to the end line. This is the point at which LA made a big jump and a run in set number 1. Rice, another block. Not quite enough wind in that moment to save LA. So that's Rice's 3rd big block move. 2 have turned into points.
Well, all the teams trying to keep the ball lower, give it less time in the air to be affected, but that plays into the hands of a big block too, because it kind of lessens your range as an attacker.
A service once again, exactly how the match opened. A Geena Urango ace. First 2-point lead of the set goes to San Diego, 5-3. See if she goes right back. It's a looper. Nearly had it. Transition chance. Urango, right side. No. Right back to it. In the middle of the court this time, and Urango measures it to the back line.
Yeah, that serves such a weapon right now for Urango. She's doing an incredible job controlling it as well. She starts with the one that drops short and then knows that the players are sucked in on the side of the LA launch, and so she goes deep.
Let's see if she drives that again. That first one you mentioned was right in on the line. Second one was high. This one more traditional down the middle. Left-hand of Maddie Anderson may develop over time, but right now it's not quite as good as Geena Urango. We were talking about the service. Let's go back and take a look as they switch sides at the service of Geena Urango.
They're down 3-2 at the side switch, now leading 7-3 at the next switch, and we'll take a team timeout.
Yeah, that's just tremendous. Gives herself a little extra height on the toss and kind of almost goes with that jumbo to the deep part of the court.
Yeah, jumbo being a shot at the net where you typically arc the ball up high into the corner.
Yeah, a little rainbow, some people call it.
Jumbo is a jumbo shrimp reference, everybody.
Yeah.
The shape of a shrimp, the shape of a rainbow, not dissimilar. That was a 5-0 run on the good side for San Diego. 7-3, San Diego needing this set to extend and send us to 3.
Yeah, you didn't think they were going to go quietly, and certainly having a serve like Geena Urango plays into your favor in these types of conditions.
Points by side continue to be dominated by the right-hand side of your screen. Nearly quadruple the points on the one side. In fact, just extended by San Diego, who finds themselves now on the left-hand side. We'll see if LA can respond with a similar run. Deep float. A little confusion for LA. Rice got it.
And that's huge.
Make it 8-3.
Service run continues for Geena Urango.
So this the reverse story of the first set where we were at 3-3 and the run went to LA. Here it's going to San Diego. Working to the corner on Anderson, who will throw it up into the wind and did not get it. Said they had to actually rewrite their goals for 26.
Yeah.
They wrote out their goals and then accomplished them in a month. Said, well, we better strive higher.
Yeah, we got to aim a little bit higher. And that serve was fantastic, about 9 feet of break.
Anderson with a good pull dig. Chacon, another off play and a score in transition. Super impressive.
Well, that's good recovery too, right? Because she overset the ball but stayed in the play, made up for it with that good coverage and put away. So that was critical, Kev, getting both of those to keep it to 9-6.
Yeah, 10-5 certainly feels much worse than 9-6.
And I would argue is much worse.
Gust in the middle of this play. Urango does not care, like the honey badger.
Well, you can see just how hard the players are able to swing from that south side. That ball well off the net. She did not care at all. Just took a healthy cut.
All right, you're here in the wind. 5 points away from extending us to a third set of San Diego. Standing spin. Arcing down. Urango in transition, went in her face. Left hand again is winner, 2 for 2.
I mean, that's set almost below the level of the net, but she can kind of hit up into it, utilize the wind, and that's well inside the baseline.
As Yogi Berra would tell you, being amphibious is a definite advantage. Don't send in emails or text me. I know it's ambidextrous. Same strategy, a little higher arc here. Pushed over and just out. Oh, initially called in and then sent out. Suzanne Lowry was right in front of it.
Yeah, right there. It did look like it was a little wide.
Talked about how the wind is affecting our players, also affecting our officiating crew. Rich, what say you?
I say it is wide. Yeah, correctly called, Suzanne.
Excellent work by our crew. Be with us all year long as we go from now until Labor Day in Chicago with a progressive AVP lead. That ball pulled expertly off the net. Rice under it. Left hand from Rice. Tight. Joust one, 13-6. Smasher back.
Hey, you can just see how much this ball moves around in these conditions. Great get to keep that alive by Megan, and then watch this ball just jump off of Alaina's arms.
They've won 9 straight points on this side, have San Diego looking for a double sweep of the side switch here. Tight to the net, Rice on top of it, and she will put the 10th point from the right side on the board and the 14th overall.
Yeah, if you win multiple sides at 5-0, you're very unlikely to lose.
Rice now with 3 blocks. box.
Again, frustration management becomes such a huge factor here because here Alaina and Maddie, things went your way so frequently in the opening set. Now they're kind of going the other way. How do you respond? That is a great response.
That's one there. Build at least one more point back, so it'll be a second set point here for San Diego. And we're headed to a third. I mean, I've seen some things in the world of volleyball, but not a 14-7 comeback. That one kind of hung in the air down the middle. Rice, big swing there. First dynamic, huge attack from her. Finishes set number 2. 15-7. A nice response from San Diego.
Yeah, very nice. Those two 5-0 wins on the good side, pivotal. And now if you're LA, you're trying to figure out how do we side out when we're not on the good side.
Yeah, side or serve here will be a big one. And yeah, to the good side goes LA. To the bad side goes San Diego. And we'll see who dominates the third set as we look at our progressive performance. Geena Urango, the veteran, two-time Olympian. Two-time MVP. Sorry, Rich is the two-time Olympian here. That was the first serve of the entire match. She's been dropping it in a lot of spots from the service line.
Yeah, indeed. But I really like the control with which she's doing it. She's going short. She's getting the players to kind of move in their serve receive. Then she's going deep to try and keep them honest. And her ability to have that control is so pivotal to their success.
Progressive Insurance, cars, homes, boats, motorcycles, RVs, and more. Go check it all out at progressive.com. Geena Urango, 6 kills. A couple of those coming in left-handed fashion.
Absolutely. Rarely do you almost have as many aces as you have kills in a volleyball match.
All right, between sets here, our eyes and ears on the sand are Cameron Irwin. What have you, Cam?
Hey guys, one of the things that I think makes the AVP League just so exciting and you have to anticipate is the new partnerships, and we haven't noted it enough. Geena Urango and of course Megan Rice, one of those new partnerships in 2026. It's all about the makeups, the breakups, but most importantly, team building. Geena Urango, one of the best at this skill specifically, and speaking to her, she referenced the even keel nature of her partner Megan Rice, saying it's one of the best things, and she really wants to be able to bring that out. Last year she played alongside Tony Rodriguez. She said she loved the hyper emotional aspect of her game, but it is a different mentality alongside her new partner in Megan Rice. She's looking to build upon that here in 2026. Kev?
The last 2 seasons for Geena Urango have been both magical and challenging. She finished alongside Devin Newberry last year after playing initially with Tony Rodriguez, who thankfully is back, suffered a season-ending shoulder injury, and now here in a year has recovered. She also played with Abby Van Winkle for one, so it was really difficult throughout all of 2025 for Geena.
Yeah, but she persevered and still came out as the MVP. A credit to exactly what Cam is referencing there, her team building prowess.
All right, LA, who chose that right side, trying to score over there. They do on the first point. That'll now be 38 points scored on the right, 13 scored on the left.
And just like in golf, they don't draw any pictures on the scorecard. It doesn't matter how it goes down, just so long as you get the ball down.
Another gust coming in. If you just joined us, we're here in beautiful Belmar, New Jersey. Monmouth County's gem here, Belmar Beach, on a breezy, blustery start to summer day here at stop number 1, day number 1 of the Progressive AVP League. Geena Urango ran under that one, couldn't get a swing. This a test of all the volleyball skills you have, all the conditions you've ever played in. Alaina Chacon in her first AVP League match misses that one long, but she has been in transition fairly lethal.
Yeah, almost shocking that you can even possibly hit it long into the wind, but it was really, I was really impressed by the read defensively that set that up. She just stood right in the middle, took a heater from Megan.
Chacon won the 2023 Wapaka event, AVP Challenge event against the field with Kylie DeBerg, as that one is put a little bit higher. And to your point, Rich gets some wind bite. (2-1) here in set number 3. Got the men's match coming up next. Chase Buttinger, Miles Evans. against their nemesis, the best rivalry on the AVP League stops. The LA launch, Hagen Smith and Logan Weber. Urango with a beautiful dig. A chance to swing, puts it in the corner.
Yeah, earmark that one. That was phenomenal from Geena Urango, the overhand dig. They win that point for San Diego.
And remember, San Diego has swept their last 2 trips to the right-hand side. They're currently 2-2 from the left.
Yeah, absolutely.
Can they get the ad from the bad side? Yes, they can. 4th block for Rice. Puts it on the board, 3-2.
Yeah, huge move into the cross court there for Megan. And that's enormous, Kev. As you mentioned, they won 10 straight from the good side. Did San Diego, and now they've won the bad side 3-2 as well. So this is an excellent start for San Diego.
First time anyone in this match has won a 5-point opportunity on the left. According to
some statistics we just made up. Yeah.
Cut shot. Dug by Urango. And put away expertly. Lead extends 4-2, and they've won 11 straight on the right.
Yeah, all of these players going hyper-aggressive from the south good side, particularly in transition, which is exactly what you should be doing. Wow.
And the streak ends.
The streak ends at 11. It was a good streak, and that has to be a relief of sorts for the LA launch.
You can only pick one team.
Chacon from the far left. Working on Rice, he'll go right to the middle and chop that one down.
Yeah, that just barely missed the block. Maddie Anderson at the net.
Some quick work on the visor before going back to serve. Rice played at Loyola Marymount University after a single season at UC Santa Barbara. Start on the indoor as well as the beach side before choosing beach full-time, the Hermosa Beach native. This has been effective. That standing topspin nearly got another ace. Little reset there for LA. Chacon, another good spot. And another put away. 11 kills, 16 digs now for Alaina Chacon in her debut.
Yeah, the defense is extremely impressive right now from Chacon. And Urango as well, for that matter.
Urango right spot, but that ball, again, the wind just carrying it beyond her. 5-4 San Diego. Urango 10 feet off. And 3 feet in.
Yeah, even balls that are slightly mishit, as that one was, find their way inside the baseline with this much wind assistance.
So they went 3-2 last time from the left. And they went 3-2 from the right.
Who's rooting for Chacon and Anderson, the LA line?
Crowd getting into it. Stands full here in Belmar. As that one carries out.
Back-to-back service mistakes for Urango. You don't want to try and do too much. Just make your opponents play, particularly when the wind is kind of disadvantageous to you. Ooh, that one hurts.
So the 2 service misses in a row for her side. Rice to the line. In the middle. Easy one down the middle to Anderson on the other side. Ooh, hits it straight down.
I mean, that thing just absolutely nosedived. Impressive that Chacon broke out the hands. We haven't seen a lot of that in these conditions.
Well, I loved her adjustment, too. She was headed towards the net, took a huge step back to her right off the net to put that one up. High, deep float. And a point for LA. 7-7.
Yeah, how big is this point here? If you're LA, you feel like you need this one. You want to be up going to the bad side midway through this decider. service, Kevin.
Service.
Boy, the floater.
Draw it out at 8-7 there. There's a look at Bobby Corvino with son Max in attendance here. Commissioner for AVP League, enjoying the opening day of action. That'll carry us all the way through the summer, and you all the way through the summer with us here on CW.
I like Max's staff badge, just says Max.
No last name needed. Like Sting or Madonna. Good side here. Chacon again. Digs it up for her side.
The ace followed by that play right there could just be the linchpin to an LA launch victory here in the third. Still a lot of volleyball left, but want to stack good plays like that.
Anderson with 3 aces so far. Her side with 6 total. She's back to the line once again on this 4-0 run. Rice, can she get a swing? She did. Her partner also got one, and that will go middle for the winner.
You got to do a lot of stretching before a match like this. The contortionism necessary to play defense when the ball's swirling around like it is. There's a nice look at that final put away.
10 kills, 11 digs for Geena Urango with a host of aces as well. She could use one here to tie it. To the line. Chacon. Oh, redirect is good. 6'1", playing tall, Maddie Anderson at the net.
Yeah, good awareness too of where the open court was, and able to find it.
10-8, will that be a critical error? Opportunity in transition missed. Rice takes the low shot, puts it away. Pokey over the top.
Chacon was in hot pursuit, but just barely misses that one. LA can manage the side out here. You like their chances going to the good side. Up 2. This becomes a big one for San Diego, almost a must-have.
Rice. A serve. Boy, she caught that one as soon as she tossed it. It almost went behind her.
Yeah, that almost helps you wrap over the top of it, though, right? You could see that ball. Maddie Anderson was setting up to receive it. It just falls short. And she can't make the adjustment in time.
So we go 10-10, and this is where the coin flip comes into play. You took the good side here, and you're back on it. If you're LA at 10-10, critical moment, kill from Maddie Anderson.
Again, Chacon going to the hand setting, which is huge, puts Maddie Anderson in perfect position to detonate.
Maddie Anderson, a BS in finance, an MBA during her collegiate time, doing some work at Unified Financial Advisors in Clearwater, and doing some work out here on the sand right now. Caught up with her the other day. She was driving home. Here she's trying to take home the victory. That one passes her right shoulder and finds the line.
Wow. Not sure how Megan came up with that angle. Very impressive. Let's see. Falling backward, surgical up the sideline, off the wrist.
For the first time this season in our first match, French fries are on the board. Low bump set. Urango can't find the distance.
You can see that ball just blowing further and further away from Urango as she pursues it. Pardon me, farther and farther. It is a tangible distance, Kevin. My bad.
Anderson at the net. Chacon unable to get that one to clear. She's missed a number of them from that side. Well, you hate to waste those opportunities on the good side with that wind in your face.
Yeah, and you feel like this is a must-have now for LA. They've got to have the advantage switching to the bad side.
Players making adjustments. We've had a few more points scored
my
on
goodness.
the bad side as that ball just leaves the hittable zone.
So that would be, oddly enough, the drawback to the hand setting, is it doesn't have spin to help it kind of drive through the wind. That thing comes out perfect out of Chacon's hands, but as a result, gets taken by the wind, as you see there.
Nothing to be done by the LA side. So here comes San Diego, chance to finish. That ball's going to stay on the San Diego side and be put away with a second contact from Rice. And in a comeback performance through the second set and now the waning moments of the third, San Diego has given themselves a chance for victory. Match point. Smash. Anderson poking. That's a winner.
Still alive. That's an excellent run through set. A good little knuckle pokey cut shot from Maddie Anderson.
So now they must come up with a stop. Who do you serve here?
I think you try and go middle.
Match point number 2. Goes to Rice. Shovels it down the middle. Anderson keeps it alive. They play on. Urango for the win. No. Chacon again on her horse. And putting away in transition.
Wow. Wow. Unbelievable anticipation again defensively from Chacon. Great setting as well on the side of Anderson. Put that one in perfect position.
Anderson to serve and run to the line. Back to Rice once again. She has to lean back. Chacon with the dig. And another transition point takes LA to their own match ball.
How about this from the bad side? Forcing a timeout, no less, at this critical juncture.
Brooke Niles, sit down for a second. We know you jumped off the couch for the last couple of plays. Outstanding volleyball here now happening in New Jersey as we open the AVP League. And Monday, you can catch an all-new episode of CW's hit series Sullivan's Crossing. It'll continue when love gets messy and loyalty gets tested. The truth has nowhere left to hide. Don't miss an all-new episode of Sullivan's Crossing Monday, 8/7 Central, only on the CW. Do not miss the end of this match right now as we have our third match ball, first opportunity for LA to close. And they're doing it from the, quote, bad side, where we've had about half the number of points scored in the total match.
Yeah, absolutely. They've, at the very least, given themselves a chance to switch back over to the good side.
Look at the progressive stat pack there. There are those points. 54-25. Looking for 26 on the left-hand side, and to put this one to bed, Maddie Anderson. Rice, left side, big swing, and it's long.
How about that from the bad side? What a debut for LA in exciting fashion. I don't know that it gets much more exciting than that.
16-14. Anderson and Chacon win on the left-hand side in deuce fashion. Boy, that's the way to open progressive AVP League play right there. A victory and some East Coast support. 15-13, 7-15, 16-14. Look back at the final point here. Anderson rushing up and that one going right past. Cameron Irwin is with our winners.
So absolute elation down here on the court. Ladies, you strike first. It is also your debut with the AVP League. What was it like playing in that matchup?
So much fun, so much fun. I mean, we've been talking about it all year. Like, we've been working so hard, and one of our goals this year was to make the league, and we made it, and we're just blessed and happy to be here and just excited to play more volleyball.
Alaina, you end up winning it on the bad side. What was the mentality like as you get to the conclusion of that third set?
I mean, we've been in a lot of tight matches so far in our season, so we were kind of familiar with that place, but I think we were just working hard to control our touches and just be with each other, talk through it. And honestly, it just took a little bit of luck. So.
I know you guys are also a newer partnership, getting together just in January. How much confidence does a win like this give you for the rest of the league?
Tons. I mean, we always talk about how every game's its own game, and like every team that we play, it doesn't matter who's on the other side. Like whether they're the Olympians or some like high schoolers, like we treat every team the same. So, I mean, just fun momentum going into our season. We're really excited.
All right, congratulations, ladies, on your first win. Kevin?
This young pair felt like playing in Trinidad and Florida would give them some advantages. They have everything down there. You got the wind, the heat, alligators, anything. They're ready for all challenges. And they show that winning their first match of Progressive AVP League play here in 2026. 2 due sets in our first. We'll be back to Belmar as the men will take the sand next.